Hello and welcome to Verdict Watch, where we break down the world's most impactful courtroom decisions. Today we're diving into a historic legal decision involving Tesla, the world's most prominent electric vehicle company. A U.S. federal jury recently ruled that Tesla was partially liable in a deadly crash involving its autopilot system. This isn't just about one accident. This verdict could reshape the future of self-driving technology. In this video, we'll look at what happened, what the jury decided, and why this matters to anyone who uses or develops autonomous vehicles. Let's rewind to April 2019 in Key Largo, Florida. A Tesla Model S, equipped with Autopilot, approached an intersection at high speed. It failed to stop at both a stop sign and a red light. The car crashed violently into a stationary Chevrolet Tahoe that was parked on the side of the road. The impact was severe. Tragically, 22-year-old Nibel Benavides Leon died in the crash, and another passenger, Dylan Angulo, suffered serious injuries. What makes this incident stand out is the fact that Autopilot was active during the event, which immediately brought Tesla's automated driving claims under legal scrutiny. Now, let's talk about the driver, George McGee. According to the investigation, McGee bent down to pick up his phone while the vehicle was in motion. Autopilot was engaged, but his foot was resting on the accelerator pedal. That action, pressing the accelerator, essentially told the car to keep going, even though it was approaching a red light. This moment is key. While the driver was distracted, the car didn't warn him in time or take corrective action. The jury had to consider whether this was primarily driver negligence or a failure of the vehicle's technology. In court, the plaintiff's attorneys argued that Tesla misled consumers about the capabilities of its Autopilot system. They presented evidence that Tesla marketed Autopilot as being able to handle complex driving tasks, even though the system wasn't designed to recognize stop signs, red lights, or stationary obstacles in some conditions. The defense pushed back, saying drivers are always told to remain attentive. But the plaintiffs argued that Tesla's branding creates a false sense of security. Calling it Autopilot implies a level of autonomy that the system simply doesn't offer. The court had to determine whether Tesla's messaging was partly responsible for the fatal crash. After deliberation, the Miami federal jury reached a decision. Tesla was found to be 33% liable for the crash. The remaining 67% of the blame was placed on the driver, George McGee. However, the financial impact on Tesla was significant. The jury ordered Tesla to pay over $243 million in damages. This ruling is historic. While there have been other crashes involving Autopilot, this is the first time a jury has officially held Tesla financially accountable for a death caused during Autopilot operation. Let's break down the numbers. The jury awarded a total of $129 million in compensatory damages for the loss of life and injuries sustained. On top of that, they added $200 million in punitive damages meant to penalize Tesla for what was deemed reckless behavior. Now here's the important detail. Tesla is only responsible for 1/3 of the compensatory damages, about $42.6 million, but is liable for all of the punitive damages. That brings Tesla's total financial responsibility to $243 million. This sets a powerful precedent for how tech companies may be held accountable in the future. Tesla responded swiftly, calling the verdict wrong and unjustified. The company emphasized that the driver misused the technology and was inattentive, and that Autopilot isn't meant to be a fully self-driving system. Tesla stated that drivers are always instructed to keep their hands on the steering wheel and eyes on the road. They warned that this kind of legal decision could discourage innovation in autonomous technology, making companies hesitant to take bold steps toward automation. This case is already being studied across the tech and legal worlds. Legal analysts say it could open the floodgates to dozens, if not hundreds, of similar lawsuits. Other companies working on autonomous driving tech, like Waymo, Apple, or Cruise, are now reevaluating how they market their systems. Industry insiders fear this verdict may redefine liability, not just for what a system does, but for what it leads users to believe it can do. The ripple effect is real, and it's just beginning. This ruling also lands at a time when federal regulators are turning up the heat. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, has logged hundreds of crashes involving Tesla's Autopilot. In some cases, people died. In response, the agency recently required Tesla to improve its driver monitoring systems, like increasing steering wheel alerts and camera-based attention detection. This ruling adds pressure for even stricter oversight of not just Tesla, but all advanced driver assistance systems. Ethically, critics say Tesla misled consumers by calling Autopilot a beta, yet aggressively marketing it. They point to a failure in ensuring driver engagement, even when hazards were visible seconds before a crash. Tesla has announced plans to appeal the decision, so this isn't the final chapter. Meanwhile, the company is rapidly pushing forward with its next big thing, fully autonomous robo-taxis. In fact, trials are already underway in cities like Austin. But this ruling may slow the pace. Regulators, insurers, and the public will now look at self-driving claims more critically. Thanks for watching this episode of Verdict Watch. This case marks a turning point for autonomous driving liability. If you found this insightful, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which verdict you'd like us to cover next. Until next time.